NFL free agency.
Yeah, NFL season over, but the season begins.
The season begins.
Yes.
Obviously, we've had the last couple of weeks early on from when the season finished. The coaching hiring party, etc. That's basically done.
Yeah.
But it's now the free agency period, and we're doing some like live updates. Well, not live updates, but whatever we see live, because it closes on the 13th, which is tomorrow.
Yeah.
But obviously, once this episode is released,
Yeah.
it would have closed by then. So, just before we started recording, we saw the number one player of free agency, because he's a quarterback.
Yes.
Kirk Cousins.
Yes, first Cousins.
First Cousins has gone to the Atlanta Falcons. Who we thought Justin Fields was potentially going to.
Yes.
But yeah, when I saw earlier in the day, I was like, Kirk Cousins is open to speaking to the Falcons. I was like, shit. I was like, Kirk's going to get even more chains in Atlanta.
Yeah.
They've got a very good young receiving core. Obviously, Kyle Pitts, Drake London.
Yep.
Got Bijan coming from the back. Just like, they've got good pieces, and they've got a solid defense as well. Play on turf.
Yes.
In the dome.
Yeah.
You know what I mean,
it kind of suits his style since he's come from Minnesota where they're doing the same thing, so it works for him.
So he got 4 years and 180 mil.
Yeah.
Apparently 100 mil guaranteed. Kirk Cousins gets paid.
That is the statement.
Kirk Cousins gets paid.
Yes, he does. He doesn't ever leave anything on the table.
Nothing.
He signs on the franchise tag. He signs massive contracts, and he's that steady. He's not that steady. He's that just outside of the top tier of quarterbacks.
Yeah.
That always.
I like him a lot.
Yeah, that is always like consistently there and consistently being paid. And he's going to be a starter, and he's gonna do something. He usually takes his team to the playoffs.
Yeah.
But then, as we said with the Dak Prescott thing, it's a similar.
Yeah.
Big game comes. Okay, you're not going to do anything.
And when Kirk's not got a good rep of primetime games are on TV, the only night games, etc.
Yeah.
He's got a very poor record actually. But yeah, like you were saying,
he's just all round good player.
Yeah, no, he's a solid player, man.
Solid.
Me personally, I just like him in it. And like I said, his receivers tend to perform or get very good numbers.
Yes.
Innit? Like, obviously, Diggs was all right then, but Adam Thielen was the number one at that time. We've seen what Justin Jefferson's a freak, but we've seen what he's done under Kirk Cousins. I think put up the most yards in his first couple years.
Yeah, he broke OBJ's record and that sort of stuff.
Like, bruv. And JJ even touched 1,000 yards this season.
And he was injured for
half the
season.
He's a joker.
And Kirk Cousins was injured.
Yeah.
For the back end of the season. So
because I think at that point when Kirk Cousins got injured, he was leading the league in yards. So he could have possibly been up there with MVP, depending on how the Vikings finished.
Yeah.
Obviously, not saying he would have got there, but
yeah, he was in the top conversation.
Vikings defense this year was very good.
Yeah, yeah. Their team was actually on a good kind of run of form.
Because when Justin Jefferson went out injured, was it Addison that stepped up?
Yep. Yeah.
Like, then when they come back, if Kirk was there, and before Kirk got injured, they started to find like. Yeah. I think they started off 1-4, and then they won 3 in a row.
Yes.
After the Chiefs game, and it's like, bro. They're a dangerous team.
They are. Well, they were.
They were. And now that's the Falcons.
Yes.
Who are probably in the easiest division.
You'd say so.
Because no team actually drastically wins it out. Like,
it's all one game here or there.
I think the last 2 years, the Bucks were 9-8 this season. Last year they won it at 8-9 on Brady's last season. It's like no one's like a 10-11, 12 win team there for the lot. Obviously, Brady's year before or whatever, but like, this is the chance for someone to wipe out that division. But another quarterback in that division, Baker Mayfield. I'm happy for Baker as well. Shake and bake.
3 years?
Yeah, 3 years, 115 mil. I believe.
Yeah, 30, like 38, 39 mil a year.
Yeah. Which one gives him stability, also the Bucks as well. Like you stated to me before recording, Mike Evans, they sorted him out as well. he just had to stay.
Yeah, that's his hometown.
Yeah.
He embodies. He embodies a
He's probably their best
Buccaneers.
ever player.
Basically, other than Brady just sliding in there and
but
disappearing.
Mike Evans been there
10+ years.
10 years.
Yeah.
1,000 yards every single season.
He's got like 12,000 yards in his career.
He's gonna be a Hall of Famer.
Underrated receiver.
Oh,
Real underrated receiver.
Big time. Like, and him and Baker built up like a good connection last season. So the Bucs, if they can just find some other pieces, and when quarterbacks know they're stable, obviously when you know you're playing for a contract, you tend to step up as well. So we'll see what Baker can do this year, but he's a good quarterback.
Yeah, he doesn't look like the type to rest on his laurels. He didn't really do it when he was in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Then when he got moved to the Rams and the Panthers, he's a man that tries to work with what he's got.
Yeah.
So, good deal.
Things personal.
Yes, and a real good deal for him.
Yeah,
a good deal for him.
It is.
So, well deserved deal. That's definitely what it was.
Because he took that risk of playing injured when he was at Cleveland.
Yep, didn't pay out. Didn't
fully backfired. People were somewhat trying to chase him, like say he's not a starting quarterback anymore. It's like, bro. But I think that they asked him on First Things First if he regrets playing that year, and he said nah, because he wouldn't be where he is today.
Of course,
obviously the journey and stuff like that. And I was like, fair play. So yeah. But next on after Kirk Cousins, technically in terms of ranking of players, Stone Cold Jones, Chris Jones.
Yes,
he's staying.
That was something you guys had to get done.
Staying. After we won the Super Bowl, I remember adding him as if we're pals. Saying, all right, you can leave with my blessing. But then like a couple of days later, I was like, no, he can't leave. Oh my God, no. Because we saw in the playoffs how he disrupted quarterbacks from making throws.
Yeah, he was the main reason.
Games, and he's
key plays.
And for the last couple of years, he's been the best defensive tackle in football for me. Taking that mantle from Aaron Donald. Obviously, Aaron Donald was a bit injured last year and stuff, and he just gets triple team. Yeah. But Chris Jones, you just see him moving around. Like, boom, 5 years, 160.
Yeah, man. Was it guarantees?
I believe 90? The guarantee was the first 3 years was 95 or something. Yeah. Like that. And you know, NFL, they'll play with the contract for the last 2 years and stuff. Well, I think the extra 2 years was more of a courtesy of people were like, oh, he's I think 30 now, going to be 30. They were like, he'll be older then, but he deserves that extra.
Yeah, you get that leeway when you've done this, when you produce what you've done.
3 Super Bowls.
Yeah, and he's a mainstay of your defense.
He's the leader.
Yeah, you kind of can't. That was the person you needed to tie down first.
Mate, CEO of Sack Nation. That's it. So
good deal, great deal for him, and great deal for the Chiefs.
Great deal for us. Like, that's put me at so much ease of going into the season. Because we've started to give, like, is it Drew Tranquil? He got a contract, the linebacker. Obviously, Snead got franchise tagged.
Yeah, I thought they might try and trade him. Because
he can still get traded. Yeah, but I reckon they'll try and pay him next year if he doesn't get traded now or request for a trade. And you'd understand if he would, because it's his first time really getting paid. Yeah. Shut down corner. And
someone silly not someone silly, but someone will overpay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of free agents in the NFL. Like, for the players, as long as they perform in their contract, they're more or less, if they don't get franchise tag, which pisses them off.
Yeah. It might be a bad team that overpay, but someone will overpay for you. Yeah. And you've already got your Super Bowl. You're kind of set. Depends what your ambition is.
That, whether you call Touchwood, this wood, injury in NFL is so common.
Yes.
One injury could just change your whole trajectory.
That's why you kind of got to take the money when it's there.
You understand why a player will go to the worst team to receive the best fees.
100%. See a man sign for the Bears, you're like, boy, what's the contract?
No, they're just depending on what they do.
Yeah, it's true.
Because to me, whether they keep Justin Fields or drop
Caleb Williams,
they've got a quarterback there anyway.
Yeah.
They re-signed Jalen Johnson, the cornerback. Yeah. Who was one of the best cornerbacks in the league. Obviously, you got DJ Moore. For me, they just need to build like more offensive pieces. Need to build their around. Defense was all right.
Yeah.
Build 1 or 2 more offensive pieces, and DeAndre Swift today actually.
Yes.
Has gone to the. So that's their running back sorted.
Yeah.
If you keep Justin Fields, that's more dynamic.
Yeah, more dynamic. Yeah, you're right.
So. Couple O-line, all that jazz. Protect the quarterback.
Yeah.
No matter if it's Fields or first
Caleb Williams.
Yeah. Yes. I just said his name.
Yeah.
But
didn't the Patriots make a trade today for Mac Jones?
Yesterday. Or
the
day before. He's back up to Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, so that means there's an opening in New England.
Be one of the ones coming in the draft.
Yeah, but you could also.
Or Justin Fields.
Yeah, they could. Bill Belichick ain't there no more, so you get what I mean. Belichick's not there, so it's not
cold conditions.
Yeah,
from Chicago to New England.
Exactly. It's not the same like it used to. It's not Drill Sergeant City anymore.
Because I think they're
got a black head coach.
Kendrick, yeah, that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Jared Mayo.
Yes.
Yeah. The wide receiver, what's his name? Kendrick something. He signed a new deal today or something like that. So, I mean, mate, it's the Ravens re-signing Justin Madubuike.
Yes.
Defensive.
Needed to do that. He was good. Real good season last year.
He led them in sacks.
Yeah. Real disruptor.
Mentioned Jalen Johnson. Your Panthers franchise tag Brian Burns.
Yeah, no.
If a top team goes to trade for him,
then we're absolutely screwed.
Oh, you were screwed anyway.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
If a top team gets him, because I slightly wanted the Chiefs to get him in season last season, or I think the season before. I was like, make a deal. I was like, Brian Burns, he's one of the best edge rushers in the league. It's like...
The Panthers always making mistakes, man. We ain't made a correct mistake. We ain't made a correct decision in a good 5 years.
But I just hope, like, they can put pieces around Bryce Young. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's the best decision we made in the past 5 years. But the way we didn't protect him last year, I was thinking, my goodness, you want this man dead.
And because he's so small already, you're like...
Yeah.
Bro, for a quarterback, it's just a bit of a madness.
Yeah, it's true.
Ooh, just see Adam Schefter.
Yeah, well, we got what's the news?
Obviously, briefly mentioned Josh Jacobs going to the Packers.
Mm-hmm.
So the Packers have now informed Aaron Jones that he's being released.
Aaron Jones is being released? No way.
Yeah, but I kind of thought that though. Like, because Josh Jacobs is a number one.
Yeah.
That's a big loss for the Raiders, But, because apparently... The Raiders offered him a good contract, but the Packers outbidded.
Wow. Aaron Jones being released.
Yeah. Right.
Ooh.
But that's a 1A, 1B kind of thing. They've replaced him.
They have, but that's
It's who's gonna pick him up.
That's good, you know.
Maybe the Cowboys. He's from Texas.
Yeah.
Because Skip always says when he comes back home, he always performs against them, etc.
My goodness.
Yeah.
My God.
I'm trying to see if there's anything else of recent before.
Derrick Henry still a free agent.
Saquon, yes.
Yes, that's speaking of running backs.
Going to the Philadelphia Eagles. One of my guys on Twitter, he said to me yesterday, we're getting Saquon. It's like, don't worry about that. I was like, but I said, I don't think running back's an issue for you guys.
Yeah, you guys got enough.
Sorting out your backfield and defense.
Yeah. And now your O-line.
Yeah.
Jason Kelce retired.
And even on D-line, Fletcher Cox.
Yeah.
Obviously, he was old, but you're captain of your defense, effectively. But I see they've re-signed one of their O-line today. Mm-hmm. So, I think...
They're trying to bring back something.
But...
Saquon to the Eagles.
That's a division. Giants lost into a divisional rivalry.
See, I like it, but I don't like it. Because I feel like Saquon could go somewhere else. It's good for him actually. They kind of run first team anyway in terms of so it makes sense. But I like Saquon in a big city. I know Philly is a big city, but I like him in like a.
And Philly's not far from New York. Either, so.
I want to be fair. I want all running backs. I want them in like real running systems. I want them in Baltimore.
That's what it is.
Yeah, I just want all real running backs in Baltimore, so Lamar don't have to do the running anymore.
Yeah, but he's got a very good spot in terms of that. So. He can catch from the backfield as well. So, because Saquon is 3-year deal, 37.75 mil, could be worth up to 46.75
with incentives.
And fully guaranteed 26 mil.
Oh, okay.
So apparently the Eagles tried for over a year to get him to sign the extension, but they kept on falling short, and he finally leaves the organization after 6 years.
Yeah, well, the Giants were messing around.
The Eagles, sorry, the Giants.
Yeah.
The Giants messed up last year by
paying Daniel Jones and
they
not tag Daniel Jones because he weren't going to say nothing and pay Saquon Barkley.
Exactly. What, he's going to turn our leave and just like, all right, cool, go get another quarterback.
You get what I mean?
You're not like a mainstay like that.
You can't lose like generational talents in the running back position to pay a quarterback that's just a guy. No disrespect, but he's just a guy.
No.
So, and now you've lost him. Now you got to rebuild and find they're in a rebuild phase anyway.
Obviously,
Giants.
running backs, you can't. The way it's been the last couple of years, late round picks from college, they're just performing. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'd say the one that was a high round pick that's performed last year was Jamal Gibbs for the Lions.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
So, like, remember, obviously, I think they drafted him up around 10 or something. I might be wrong, but it was high. Pardon. And he was sensational.
Yeah, but those guys are good in the block game, in the actual passing game as well. They add more than just, I'm going to downhill run.
No, it's true.
So, yeah, it depends where they're good in. If you're good as a blocker and you can protect your quarterback at the same time, you add another, like, tool to your, whatever they say.
To your arsenal, basically.
Yeah.
No goons. And T. Higgins has requested a trade. Obviously, he was franchised a couple of days ago. And we did say, and it's been said everywhere more or less, that we don't think the Bengals can pay him and Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
The Bengals are known as the tightest organization in football. But obviously Joe Burrow becoming the highest paid quarterback last summer
makes them even more tight.
And yes.
Yeah.
And Jamar Chase is probably waiting for CeeDee Lamb to get paid.
Yep.
Waiting for Justin Jefferson to get paid.
Yep.
Say, boy, they got that. So I need this.
Yeah, exactly.
I need the extra mil. I need the extra 500K. I need to be the number one ranked receiver that's paid the highest in football.
100%.
And obviously that's with Tyreek Hill right now. So I feel like the wide receiver market, someone might eclipse Tyreek, but it'll stay at an even kill once it does.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to go past the 40 million mark.
Yeah.
It's at 30 million now. I think the furthest is going to go 36.
Yeah. Even then, like...
And I think once it hits 36, I think it's coming straight back down.
Yeah, they'll basically do what they've done to
the running backs. Yeah.
So,
the only market that's going that way is quarterbacks.
And probably pass rushers.
Yes. Yeah. Because the game's changed. Yeah. So you need them.
Game changers, bro.
Yeah.
Because, the pass rushers are always game changers, but you can see now, like we said, as great as the Chiefs or Mahomes is, every Super Bowl that we've won, we've needed Chris Jones.
Yes, exactly.
Because even if he doesn't make a play, someone else is. Like, you'd seen it, not this Super Bowl, the previous two that we've won, Frank Clark always stepped up in the playoffs.
Yep.
He'd lead Chris Jones by far in terms of sacks, but Chris Jones is getting double, maybe triple team. Frank Clark, go get the quarterback.
Yep. Similar with the Rams when they won the Super Bowl with their D line. They had Aaron Donald, they had Von Miller.
Yes.
They had players back there.
There's a note.
He retired, didn't he?
No, something Lloyd or Floyd.
Leonard Floyd.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah. He's not there anymore. I can't remember what team he's with.
Then they had Jalen Ramsey as a cornerback. Yeah. They literally, you see how big a part your defensive line plays when it gets to the crunch time in the playoffs.
Aaron Donald got to Joe Burrow on the final play in the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
And then obviously Burrow could have made that pass, but like we said, the edge rushers and obviously Chris Jones, Aaron Donald, they're defensive tackles, but
they can move anywhere. Like TJ Watt.
Yeah, insane. They're insane freaks. Michael Parsons soon get paid as well.
Because he doesn't want to be paid as a linebacker, does he? He wants to be paid as a defensive end because linebackers, the defensive DNs market is higher than the linebacker market. That's why.
I did not know that. I knew that in terms of DN market, but I didn't know Michael wants to be paid as a DN.
Yeah, that's why you don't want to be paid as a linebacker because linebacker is kind of Roquan Smith's 25 mil a year.
Yeah.
Where DNs they're 30s.
Well, we saw what Nick Bosa got last season.
Yeah, exactly.
The highest paid defensive player ever.
Yeah.
Obviously, Chris Jones is just about eclipsing it, I believe. But you
get what I mean. So when
get the quarterback, get paid.
Yes, that's the thing. So it's like, and it's not a small difference. It's a good 7-8 million difference. You get what I mean. So it makes sense to class yourself as a D end instead of a linebacker nowadays.
Yeah, no, that definitely makes sense in that aspect. Let me see if there's anyone else that hasn't. That has
big moves.
Up. Yeah, because this is currently refreshing on CBS. I think you asked about Patrick Queen earlier, didn't you?
Yeah, I didn't know what he was doing.
He's not been picked up. Let me refresh this now.
He's probably trying to work something out with the Ravens, but I don't know if they can pay him.
You don't.
What he wants anyway.
I didn't realize he was that young. He's only 24.
Yeah,
not 24. I'm wrong. No, he is.
Yeah, Patrick Queen's young.
Yeah, shit. Yeah.
Pro bowler, all pro this year.
He was, yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, did not know.
Yeah, see, so I feel like the Ravens need to. They usually pay their defensive players as well. That's the thing. So.
Oh, they've always been built on having a great defense.
Yeah, and him and Roquan Smith this year, kind of their tandem was real good.
And Hamilton.
Yes.
When his time, obviously, he's only been in the league 2 years, but
yeah, we don't have to pay him for a while. I say we. I'm not even. I'm just a Lamar
Jackson
Jackson fan.
Nah, I hear it, man.
I'm a Carolina Panthers fan, but there ain't nothing good happening over there.
So. I hear it, man. Oh, Tony Pollard's gone to the Tennessee Titans, so the Cowboys definitely need a running back.
Yeah, Derrick
Henry's free.
Derrick Henry.
I feel like we said another running back. When you were surprised, Aaron Jones.
Yes. Oh yeah, Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones. They let Aaron Jones go.
Yeah.
That is. I still can't believe that, man.
Apparently, Gabe Davis has gone from the Bills, which we kind of expected, but apparently he's gone to the Jags.
Oh, okay, that's odd. How much? How much did he get paid?
3 years, 39. I feel like the Chiefs could have done that because we needed a speed receiver.
3 years, 39.
Yeah, he's not. He was never getting like.
I know, but it's
a little bit more.
Yeah. I thought 50 at least. 3 years, 50.
Yeah, which is what basically nearly 17.
Yeah,
it's true actually. Because say top end Tyreek's about 30 mil or so, and then who's second in that one? We saw it.
Devontae, 28.
28, yeah. Cooper Kupp 26, AJ Brown 25.
Mike Evans 26 as well now.
Yeah, this article's from previous, but
even
that's actually because when you average it out, 30 mil, yeah, Gabe Davis maybe could have touched 17.
Yeah, I'd say he should have around
maybe
that.
An extra 3-4 mil, annually. Yeah.
But Jacksonville, you're in Florida, no state income tax, so
you always do make that point.
If someone offered him 70 mil somewhere else, and he said, well, that ain't even really 17 mil over there, but if I take the 13 mil here, I'm probably gonna average it out as more money. Because
I follow one guy on Twitter. He's called Sports Taxman or something like that. When Jaylen Brown signed his contract last summer with the Celtics, obviously highest paid player in the NBA, I think Jaylen Brown annually was this year probably getting 59 mil. Yeah, let's just say that.
Yeah.
But he deducted every single tax. Like there's so much specific different taxes that we don't see.
Yeah. And
I think after tax he was only getting 24 million off that 59.
Yeah.
That's just me paraphrasing, but I remember it was less than half. And I was like...
It's because of where he lives.
Yeah, obviously Boston, New England, that area.
Yep, Massachusetts.
And then when you... Apparently, obviously our American viewers can probably explain in comments, but when you play in certain plays, like as a traveling team, you have to technically pay tax.
Yeah, you because you get paid your game check.
Yeah.
So you pay their tax on that. So you might make more in that area than you do in this area.
So for instance, if Mahomes is playing in Miami for a game compared to playing in, let's just say,
New York.
Yeah, New York. Yeah. He'll pay
the Miami's, which is nothing.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. Compared to when you're playing in New York, you're playing in New York.
Because they only get paid like for the trips. I think 30 weeks of season. I remember hearing something like that.
Yeah, they get paid for their games, so you don't get paid outside of your contract length. Yeah. So once the season's finished, you stop getting paid. Even like when the regular season finishes, you stop getting paid. You get for the playoffs, everyone's on a set salary, so every player makes the same amount of money for the playoffs. So I remember reading something. Don't quote me here. I thought it was something like 36 grand that every player gets for the playoff games. So everyone's on the exact same wage for the playoffs because the playoffs is paid by the NFLPA. I think it's not paid by the team.
Got you. Yeah.
So
hey, you learn some. Well, yeah. I love learning this shit. I'm like, okay, cool. This will now make me go read up more on like the whole contract stuff. the cap. One team we can not talking a negative light of, but that it's not looking as fun for them yet is the Chargers, because they've overspent over the years. And they cannot keep Joey Bosa, Khalil Mack, Keenan Allen, and Mike Williams. They're at a cap hit with all of them that they can't keep. And even, I think Shannon made a good point today on Thursday about the Saints, for instance, when they were under Sean Payton, they were under cap hell.
Yes.
And he just kept on rolling over. And now they're suffering in the sense of
the back end of what he's done.
And stuff. So the Chargers, for them, obviously Harbour's coming. We think, obviously Herbert got paid last summer, and we think that there'll be a good connection between them for Herbert to raise his game. But Keenan Allen, special player. But yeah, I don't think they can keep. Me personally, if out of the four, I'd keep Keenan Allen and Khalil Mack. I'd let Joey Bosa go. I think Khalil Mack's much better than him. Joey Bosa was great, but he's not his brother.
And Khalil Mack has been dominant and
beast.
He's been a disruptor his whole career.
Beast. So
everywhere he's gone.
I think they can technically only keep 2 of the 4 if they're lucky.
Yeah, I see.
So, in terms of big areas, because they had JC Jackson. Remember they paid him a lot, and obviously he's gone back to the Patriots. Like, boy.
One big move, which is probably actually the biggest one we forgot. Russell Wilson to the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Steeler Nation, let's ride.
Yes.
Where's their drum we need? No Broncos country, let's ride. Obviously, we knew he was released from the Broncos, but I think that's a good deal for all parties. Considering how I won't even say solid, how good the Steelers defense is. It literally has got them to the playoffs with no quarterback play. They've got very good skilled players.
Pitts, Najee Harris.
Pitts?
I said Pitts.
You're thinking...
I'm thinking, oh my God.
Maybe you forget his name now. The wide receiver.
Yeah, and I actually said Pitts.
There's Deontay Johnson.
But they've got him on the trade block.
Yeah, and I see someone say the Chiefs should go in for him. I was like...
Who was the player that left my mind? Because I said Pitts.
You've disorientated me.
What the hell?
You've disorientated me. No, come up. George Pickens.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's where my brain went. Yeah, Pickens.
Very good.
Yeah.
You got, like you said, Pickens, Deontay Johnson, if he stays.
Najee Harris at running back.
Yeah, and even the backup running back, Jalen Warren.
Yeah.
He's bloody fast.
Yes.
It's stupendously quick. So, well, I say backup. Next season he might be the
starter. Yeah.
Najee the backup or share carries. And yeah, so we're saying Steelers.
Yeah.
They've got a team to work with. If Russ plays as good as he did this season.
Good pickup. They run a lot of play action.
Yeah.
Russ is key in that play action. I feel like it's a good fit. It's a fresh start for him. Real fresh start. I don't feel like Sean Payton was a fresh start. Sean Payton came in, said he never took to Russ.
Even the year before with Nat Hackett as well.
Yeah. It never felt like it was correct. Whereas this feels like not a match made in heaven, but it feels like, the Steelers have needed someone, and Super Bowl winning quarterback, a quarterback that's been in MVP conversations. He's at the back end of his career, but he's still playing good football. And I feel like
good enough to be a starter.
And he's taken a team friendly deal as well, obviously, because he's getting paid 38. He's getting paid his money from Denver. So
good for the Broncos.
So yeah, I feel like it's a good move for all parties involved.
Got a coach he's serious coach, Mike Tomlin. I think Arthur Smith, the Falcons head coach last season, is their offensive coordinator. So we'll see how they mesh it, because I remember Steelers offensive coordinator got a lot of somewhat abuse this past season. But yeah, you got a proper serious head coach. I think that mutual respect will be there. We've seen how Mike Tomlin, when he was on the pivot, and everyone says that he's the kind of coach you want to play for.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, black head coach as well in that sense. He's been in the league for how many years now?
Forever it feels like.
So, yeah, for us, I feel like because of the way things, I've never been a massive like support. I've liked him, but I've never been a massive supporter of him.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like he's a good player.
Yeah.
All that, I like him. Just like blah. But people like he's a bit corny. Doesn't matter.
Does his job.
He's not hurting anyone.
Yeah.
He's a man of God. Loves his family. Just like bro, do your thing.
Yeah.
But now this has made me, the whole Broncos fiasco with Sean Payton, who I do not like, has made me root for Russ even more, innit? It's like I would have been a bit pissed if he was like ushered out the league or made to be a backup quarterback, for instance.
Yeah.
It's like, let him do his thing. Like, well, I hope he does.
Yeah. Regardless, he's getting paid his money.